What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review the debut studio album by Welsh singer Duffy. Basically, this product is called Rockferry, and it came out in the winter of 2008. Now, fair about this product here, this particular starlet was pretty similar to like Adele and Amy Winehouse pitches like that within the fair about within particular pitches. Now, more or less, the unfortunate thing is within the complex, she's kind of more, not as full bound stands like a one-hit wonder, but just the connect that kind of happened more in the United States was more designated to just the hit song Mercy as far as those fairs going to happen. Now, within the pitch, I think probably within certain complexes, I might have caught that song within certain type fairs, but probably, I think I might have mistaken it for like Adele or one of the might have mistaken it for Adele or folks like that within those particular type pitches about it within some of those type fairs. Adele, ditto, some starlets like that within pitches, some of those type aspects about it. But yeah, this is a simple classic here, good pitches like that, good ravenous type bite, has particular songs. If you like the particular hit album 19 by Adele, pitches like that, it's like another taste within that fair, a little bit more within the outgoing, it's kind of within the aspect. Adele was a little bit more within the pitch of just having like more widespread. Adele had a little bit more brooding within the aspect of just kind of the tone of, you know, that she's kind of not within the particular type mode of like, didn't have as much full bound problem with expressing like, you know, I'm kind of annoyed pitches like that, but it's kind of the fair as far as saying within the pitch. This particular fair is basically within the pitch, just, I would pretty much more or less say it kind of pretty much is probably closer to like a carbon copy of thinking of like 19 pitches like this. Kind of the fair has a little bit more step out on here, not quite as illustrious within the full bound, but it's kind of the pitch within the same type varieties, the same company where you'd probably find starlet, where you'd probably find divas like Adele pitches like that. It's within the same variety that Duffy's kind of the same variety pitches like that. So it's within those ordeals as far as saying very much within the fashion. Particularly this album has a good amount of fairs of particular kind of brushy, kind of gray outside winter kind of bite within pitches like that. Definite good to have Starbucks nearby, some pitches like that. No good type fairs. But there is a deluxe edition of this album that has several more songs I'm going to get to down the road within pitches like that, but I'm going to review the 10 song edition that's on the standard 2008 album pitches like that within these fairs. Some good type products to get towards it. But yeah, just being able to say within the product, definitely say good type fashion to keep like some smoke type fair within the aspect as far as these fairs going to have. Now within the pitch, it has like the occasional kind of bar hop type song pitches like that, but it's not as full bound amidst like the fair. I mean, there's a couple of groove type songs, but it's more within kind of like a 60s type fashion. Thinking someone like Tony Bennett and folks like that as far as those ordeals going to happen within those relative type aspects. It's more within the tone of particular, just kind of the way that Missy Elliott looked on her album, The Cookbook, fairs like that. It's real wrapped within like, particularly to say in the United States type fair, 1930s kind of Great Depression type vibes, pitches like that, some type aspects, but it just has that particular tone. Europe, not really as full blown sure where Welsh kind of is within those aspects. Not to say like not to say being foul within the aspect, but not as full blown sure where Welsh kind of comes from pitches like that. But UK pitches like that, European, some of those type fairs, excellent within pitches within that particular type variety, definite excellent aspects. There's some good type out and arounds in a more like in a more eloquent and blue-eyed soul type sense pitches like that, but some good type fair. It's unfortunate that this album didn't have more complex with some of these, because this is a pretty Apple type album. Definitely when folks talk about the fact that, you know, Adele is sorely missed, it's usually a big deal when she comes around pitches like that, which is not very common, maybe once or twice a decade pitches like that. It's like a good type variety. Now, mind you, this is kind of within the early type stages where Adele hadn't as full bound caught on by this particular aspect in early 2008, but in retrospect, I would definitely say some of these type fairs probably would have been some nice type flair to have gotten more type varieties kind of on. I mean, because there are some ones on here. Definitely Mercy is a good classic late 2000s type tune. Some of that type fair. Stepping Stone really has some type of appeal. If you're looking for further Brit-pop type divas, pitches like that, just with Amy Winehouse no longer being around and Adele just not being as common, it's kind of within the pitch that you can't go wrong with Duffy, pitches like that. There's 4 singles off this product, one of which, the 5th single, Rain on Your Parade's on the deluxe, which I'm going to get to later, but pitches like that. So Rockferry is nice. The title track is like a nice Adele flavor, kind of get some air and coffee as far as these first going to have them. Just the moody kind of gray outside kind of glaze, I'd have to say. Probably a good nice song, grab some donuts too, pitches like that, get some divas, some good type fair, some of those type aspects. I need to get back into the rhythm of listening to 19 by Adele more often, but it kind of feels like chasing pavements, some of those type ones, but just good type product, or just some of these step out type ones within the pitch, like the good type flair. It's good brushy kind of Panera Bread type makeshift pitches like that within those ordeals. Good pitches like that. Mercy, the second single, is real nice on here. This is the most popular song according to Spotify, or at least within pitches like that. I'd say, yeah, that has over 400 million plays on Spotify. Excellent type ordeal. Second most popular song is Warwick Avenue with some good type flares also. At least that Warwick Avenue did pretty solid in like Europe pitches like that. But Mercy's like a good shopping around kind of foot tapping groove to kind of get within the aspect. So minor kind of dance club type vibes, but definitely within the product like some day fare, just a winter bite to kind of get. It's a brushy kind of feeling expensive and biting as far as these fairs going to have. So definitely within the pitch. Just some glamour, kind of show your teeth as far as those aspects going to happen. Just a haughty type song within pitches like that. So just kind of missed the product. Some of those type fairs just within pitch. Pretty much some of those type ones were, you'd probably say within the movie type scenes where it goes through the changing clothes type fashions, pitches like that within some of those type ordeals. It's kind of the pitch of just like the particular glam type factor, just getting towards like, it's a good Tuesday afternoon to kill, pitches like that. Just a random type day to just get some expenses out of your system, pitches like that. Just within the fair, just shop around, state afternoons, pitches like that. Stop by the food court for a few good pitches like that, some type ordeals, but just good pitches like that product. Now, particularly another thing about Adele is just not as full bound. It didn't seem as if she particularly had like a gallivant type song like this within the fairs. It kind of felt there were the bar songs on 19, and there were kind of like the makeshift kind of get around type songs, but in terms like an extravagant, thinking about where she went just when she's not here or there, pitches like that, it's kind of the fair as far as saying this is kind of the product of one of these type ones that has that aspect of just kind of saying a product of like time waste that kind of has like extracurricular type fairs with good pitches like that. Duffy has a nice Apple hit here. Now, I do think Rockferry, the title track, competes with particular Mercy. It's this kind of pitch as far as saying, I mean, nowadays, now that it's been 18 years later, it's kind of past its promotion window, but it's this kind of pitch that is kind of an uncommon staple. This doesn't get as much seemingly kind of commonplace, but good type pitch. Warwick Avenue is nice as well. It's like a delicate and vanilla kind of rise and shine to get here. Just an early shift, kind of brisk gray kind of slag, I'd say, pitch like that. Another nice one for like relative, another hot, nice one for like Starbucks type fair pitches like that. This one just has a little bit more slag type flavor, not as much full bound slag with an aspect of like full bound type gripe, as in full bound type gripe, but just within the pitch as far as saying just the product of whether or not it would be 6:30 or 7 in the morning as things are starting to open up, pitches like that, just within those fairs, just like the drift along as far as those pitches go, but just kind of aspect of it. It has a certain bristle about it where it's not that terrible, just pitches like that, thinking the ordeal's kind of within the commonplace, it just kind of has a good fashion about it. It's a nice, cozy kind of blue-eyed soul kind of makeshift pitches like that, good type ordeal. Stepping Stone is a nice one as well within these pitches. Fourth single. This is like a quality out and around kind of brewing to kind of get within the products of it here. Just dope blue-eyed pop kind of songs, like a dope kind of blue-eyed pop kind of ruminate pitch like that. Good, nice one to smoke a sweet too. Don't know the Ferris smoke Swisher Sweet, some of these type aspects. Now, I'd probably more or less say in Europe they probably have Swisher Sweets. I think that's a popular enough tobacco company within some of those type pitches. Not to say actually smoking tobacco, but the ganja with it as far as those first going to happen, just kind of the aspect. This one just has a little bit more preoccupied pitches like that. It's kind of within the variety of like Amy Winehouse, Adele pitches like that, but it's actually a pretty good, nice flavor just within the pitch. It just kind of the commonplace of not so much like within the aspect just kind of feels more of like in-between type fashion, more so than full-bound venting pitches like that. So this is kind of within the fair, probably just within the aspect of hitting up, like within America type fair, probably hitting up like a Target type fair, just good pitches like that. You know, Standard Grocer, some of those type places within the aspect, or just particular aspect of getting like some paper plates or some red cups, figuring out like the product of some of those type fairs. So it's kind of within the pitch, just traditional type makeshift. But I look within the pitch as far as saying just within the aspect. These are definitely like some nice ones within the fair as far as talking about within the fray, as far as getting towards like the product of like the to and fro, as far as those aspects going to happen, just with like more brushy kind of brunch hours pitches like that, some of those type aspects. This kind of tone, just like some extra type fair, just good, nice one, kind of within the fashion of the way folks like Pink, Eminem, some of these type folks who kind of have like these rumination type ones, just more. It's kind of a social kind of extra thought as far as this first kind, but excellent type pitch. So yeah, I recommend all 10 songs off this album, pitches like that. So simple enough, 10 out of 10. Good classic here to be able to get within the aspect. I do feel like it's kind of within the commonplace, just very under noticed within pitches like that. I kind of feel like within the fair, and seeing like the aspect as far as talking about the fact that it's been a little while since Duffy's particularly dropped music within the full bound type sense. It's kind of the product that she did have a series of EPs and pitches like that, but minus her 2 albums, it's kind of the fair that she just quietly kind of dissipated, which is unfortunate because it's a good type product, going to get some extra type fairs about it. Good type gems that there's some grabs on here that have a good aspect, like probably further type ones that could have competed with Mercy. It feels kind of strange that she didn't get more room to kind of have those aspects. Now it's just more heckling kind of complaints more so than the full bound, but it is just a pitch to kind of have some of these. But yeah, I recommend the whole album. So particularly Syrup and Honey is a nice one on here. It's like a dope bar hop kind of smoky serenade to get within these aspects. Nice winter brush kind of bar hop romantic spice pitches like that as far as these pairs can have them. Just a lit Friday and scene flourish kind of get here just out and like some after hours type product. Just a good nice tune for a while long. Feels more of like a glummer type song within the out and arounds. It's kind of a why the long face type song pitch like that. So stuff aspects just went on a just what happened now type pitches like that as far as those ordeals kind of happen just with an aspect to like the particular just a relief from like the particular slag about it, but just a good type pitch to have some of these type ones thrown in because the portion like the product that kind of goes along with like the tip will kind of drift along with them pitch like that. Just a good nice one and probably get like some Bailey's Irish in your system. Good pitch like that. Dismiss the fair like a good jaunt within the aspect like some social kind of glam pitches like that. Sirius is a nice one as well. It's like a light lick kind of city hop to get within the aspects of it. Just a brisk kind of cheery date bubbles kind of have within these aspects. It's one of these type ones. Kind of more or less, I would say like picnic type fare or parkside just within the aspects. Some of those type products are just a light kind of relative, but kind of it feels more like winter kind of sunshine within sunny type aspects, but just kind of tone to like an around just within product that's not so much at a venue or more commerce in mind pitches like that or homebound, but just kind of pitch it just fairs. Light kind of day scene, good song to grab like Toaster, BLT, some of these type pitches within it. The shopping malls kind of serious, like some good aspects, like some shopping malls kind of spares as far as those pitch apps. So just further type product, it goes along, good 1-2 punch with like Mercy pitches like that, some of these type fairs, some of these other type ones. Probably would say Rockferry. Nice, brisk, kind of jovial, kind of time waste pitches like that, say within the ordeals. Hanging on too long is a good one as well within these aspects. It's like a vehicle, groggy kind of day push along to get within the aspects of it. Great Adele and Winehouse. Songs like a great Adele and Amy Winehouse kind of brunch makeshift to get within the product. So this one's pretty similar, more to like, I would probably say songs like Warwick Avenue pitches like that within the ordeals. Yeah, just good, nice product for like to get along with them pitches like that, but it's kind of the mode about some of these type ones, minus maybe like a song like Stepping Stone within the pitches and a little bit of like the kind of mildly bruised kind of aspect or relative. The mildly bruised kind of Syrup and Honey is kind of within the pitch as far as saying just kind of the product of just like traditional, basically just like Adele's 19 with the kind of scraggly, the winter kind of scraggly type environment, but just not as harrowing full bound within the pitch. This kind of aspect, maybe a mild bit chummy, but not as full bound destroy pitches like that within some of those type pairs. But just good type pitch for some of these type ones. Hanging on too long is a good, nice one for some of those pairs. Distant Dreamer is a good quality one within these pitches as well. It's like a stellar bravado and champion. The hit song Distant Dreamer is like a stellar bravado and championing day grit tackle to kind of get within these aspects. It's a charming vibe to kind of get within the pitch behind it. It's a good song to grab Lay's pitches like that, some Lay's chips, some of those type products. So assuming they probably have Lay's chips, I think that's a popular enough brand that's probably in Europe in good fares. But just within products like the standard tradition type fare, just getting bag of chips, some of these type products, just fish and chips, good pitches like that, just to say within those fares. Now, chips in Europe is referred to as French fries, but it's just kind of pitch. But yeah, just good products, Lay's chips, some of the stuff, aspects with the tone, good products like that. Just being able to say, but yeah, just a championing kind of day grit tackle. So just the pitch, it just has a good upswing about it, just from the pitch a little bit. Less kind of within the slag type factor of like, damn, the usual type mode. Not to say this album kind of has that, but just the pitch of like the usual kind of drat or shucks, I gotta get Shucks got to keep it pushing pitch like that, but just a charming type vibe, just a pitch of like charming type pitch of Duffy kind of taking the bull. It's a charming type pitch of Duffy taking the helm pitches like that. Duffy has some charming, tough cookie resolve on Distant Dreamer as far as pitches like that can happen, which is nice within those aspects. A good type pitch for some of those type pairs about it. It's a good type pair about that. Good sparky type one. It's not like this album is a slag type album. It's just kind of pitch as far as saying just the particular gray type pair, like the slag type fashion. Some of these type ones, it's just the particular day slag of just the commerce behind, but that's just the particular one that has more. And it's not like, I mean, don't get me wrong as if thinking I'm like Mr. Morning Pep and pitches like that. It's not really within the fair. I'm obviously going to have the smoke type product, get some donuts going, pitch like that if I were able, but just the pitch as far as saying it's just kind of the product as far as saying it's a good aspect of one to kind of have for like something to kind of use like a pick me up if you're just tired of like the particular grease spout and just need some sparkage. Trying to think of some other type ones I haven't talked about here. Delayed Devotion's a nice one as well. It's like a good refined kind of commerce and homebound pizzazz to get within these aspects here. Just a graceful kind of finery and cheer up as far as these fairs going to go. Delayed Devotion feels like late 2000s kind of R&B pitch like that. Definitely gave me some Neo vibes, some of those type fairs, Trey songs in certain senses. Just kind of the aspect of one, kind of within a residential type sense is more kind of a primer for like a date evening, just a good nice one to get the finery type going, some pitches like that, some sort of aspect to like a party favor for like a diva in mind, pitch like that, just kind of the cheer up, just mild type spice of this, having like a cheat day, some type aspects within those aspects of just like a good type fare to kind of spruce up the day as far as this person comes. So just good type pitch within Sunset Product, just kind of more or less cater, just more or less like a cater type song just within the aspect behind it, but just good type fare. Some straightening, good pitches like that. And then I think the last one I haven't talked about on here is I'm Scared, good pitches like that. So I'm Scared is like a bright and makeshift, kind of peppy, late 2000s, kind of elbow grease to get within the aspect. Probably need to pick me up some of these type fares, about a good nice one to get a sweet nearby, some of these type tones within it is good radio bangers. So it's another nice one within these flares. I do feel like within some of these type pitches, probably a few songs that could definitely compete with Mercy, just in retrospect, pitches like that. I definitely say Rockferry is one of those type ones. I'm Scared is pretty good at that, like particularly Syrup and Honey and like a more night shift kind of bar type. That's pretty good R&B type schmooze pitch like that within those flares. Some good aspects that has that particular tone. This just has a certain amount of radio glam about it within the pitch behind it as far as this person comes. So just within the bite, I like the particular appeal. This feels like a lot of songs that were particular hit, and it's kind of like an early bird type one to the way things were getting to in the late 2000s, even further late 2000s and early 2010s songs type ones, just from the pitch of dislike. Just a particular kind of rise and shine within those aspects as far as the fair's going to happen. It feels very similar to like Lizzo's particular song "Cause I Love You" from her 2019 album, which I think was called "Cause I Love You," pitched like that. But just some of those type of ordeals. It's one of those typical kind of city traffic get-alongs with them pitched like that. Just the grease of getting towards the day, good pitched like that. But like I was saying, good product of needing to pick me up. Some stuff there is easily kind of recommending having a sweet nearby. Some stuff pitched within the product, not to get too laced within the straightforward unless you have to within those pitches. But it's kind of the product. Good radio type appeal. So 10 out of 10 album pitches like that. So score I'm going to go ahead and give. Now the unfortunate thing, because it really only had one true song that charted in the United States, is full bound, is larger in Europe, pitches like that, but it's kind of fair. I'm going to say the social score would get like a 9.75, not because of the quality, but just because of the pitch. It just felt like it was kind of more cast aside within the appeals. A good series of songs for like some brisk kind of Starbucks run kind of makeshift pitches like that. Panera Bread, just the brush kind of fared places where you're going to catch Adele and folks like John Mayer, folks like that. Some of these type aspects from the tone as far as those fairs going to happen. Particularly like Ditto for Ditto in a more throwback type sense, just within the variety of discs kind of blue-eyed soul pitches like that. Michael Bublé, some of those type folks in the product, just good type pitch for like the fair, like how the bite kind of goes along with it within those products. But just looking after here within the pitch, it has like some good type fair minus Syrup and Honey. That's the lone type one for the most part within the pitch. I like some variety as far as like some night shift type fair, but it's just a good pitch to kind of have like these type moments, just kind of some shopping type songs, just get your spoil on. These are just some good shopping type songs. Get your spoil on as far as these fairs can happen. Just the cater type fair, having a diva in mind pitch like that. Just the extra type spoils, shopping mall type runs, and party favors pitch like that within those ordeals. Just to miss like the in between type fashion like coffee runs and brushy kind of scraggly winter kind of makeshift pitch like that. So this nails the appeal, but 9.75 looking after that's the only real fair is it just didn't have it had other hits on here I would definitely say, but just didn't catch on within like the chart appeal. That's fair. So in terms of the future, Duffy did drop a follow-up album, and she dropped a deluxe of this particular album, Rockferry, pitches like that. So that has some further songs I can get to down the road. Definitely good pitches like that. Look within the appeal, just a blistering type one, easy kind of banner type classic in an unsung type sense. This kind of product. It has the hits on here, but just kind of within the collective, definitely a pretty good choice type alternative to Adele pitches like that, and especially kind of if you need more within that variety, definitely fills that gap.